Lash line? What? Mickey Mouse or Disney Club. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be this super effortless, all about the skin makeup tutorial. And I'll be using a lot of new products. So it'll be kind of like mini reviews on little products that I haven't used before. And also I have partnered with Laura Mercier. So I'll be using their brand new foundation. This is what I have on today. My skin is glowing. Yes, this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. It's beautiful. It's great for all skin types. So I'll talk a little bit about this as I'm applying it. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Hope you enjoy this look. So first I'm going to start by moisturizing my lips, and I feel like if you're feeling like your lips are dry, your skin is dry, that means you're dehydrated. You need to drink a ton of water, which is what I'm doing today. I'm drinking a ton. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to use this by Terry lip balm, and I don't particularly love the smell of this, but I love the way this makes my lips feel. So hydrating. It doesn't smell bad. There's like something about the scent that I'm like not obsessed with, you know, but it's not terrible. Okay, moving on to my primer, and I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. I decided to keep some of my base to Laura Mercier so that they kind of like work together and see how the foundation works well with like the primer and the setting powder and all that stuff. So this is the primer that I'm going to be using today. It's the foundation primer, and this is just the hydrating one. Just like to warm it up first and then just press it onto my skin. I'm really trying to get better at like not rubbing product onto my skin because it's just so bad because you're pulling and tugging, and so I'm just trying to press even my eye cream and stuff. I just try to press the product in. Onto the foundation. So this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiant Perfecting Foundation, and I'm going to be using the shade Bisque because I love like that olive undertone. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with 3 pumps, and I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Kabuki brush and buff this onto my skin. This is my second time applying this foundation actually, and I do have like 2 photos I posted on Instagram, and I know that it is super hydrating. It blends into your skin really effortlessly, and it provides just the right amount of coverage. It's like medium to full coverage, I would say, but it is buildable, so I always like to start small and then just work my way up to whatever coverage I'm comfortable with, because lately I just love the more natural skin and then just going back and pinpoint concealing all of like the problem areas. This is my perfect shade. I feel like it just matches my body so well. So as you can see, I have quite a few breakouts here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this, sort of like press the product in and then just blend. See, that really covers it well. It's super hydrating and it just looks really radiant. You can already see here that it just looks really glowy. So I love the finish. Also noticing that it feels really comfortable on the skin. Like it doesn't feel greasy or anything. It just feels really comfortable. I'm gonna move on to my brows first before I do anything else. I feel like these sparse areas just are driving me nuts, you know? I'm gonna use the Brow Gal number 6 pencil. This is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna fill them in like I normally do, and then around this area is where I like to make them just a little bit thicker. This color is just perfect. I did microblading, if you guys remember. I have a video on it, I'll link it below. But I still get questions whether or not I recommend it because I feel like it faded quite a lot. And even my friends are like always asking me if I recommend microblading, and I'm just like, I don't know that it's for me. I mean, it was good, but it just faded so quickly that I just don't see the point, and I don't feel like going and tattooing my brows every 6 months or whatever. There's like a full video on the whole process and how it looked, and I did really enjoy it like the first few months. I feel like it was amazing not being able to like a lot of sparse areas, but now I feel like I still need to fill in my brows a lot. God blessed me with a lot of hair on my head, but not so much on the brows, you know? I'm gonna conceal first before I move on, and for my concealer I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer. I'm using N1, which is a lighter shade, because I want to be able to conceal and highlight at the same time. You guys know that's like my favorite thing to do. So I'm just gonna apply this right under my eyes, right on the center of my nose. Just a little bit around the center just to highlight it really well. I'm just gonna use my beauty blender to blend it in place. I haven't used this concealer with this foundation, so it's nice to see how they blend together. And I always like to just run this over my eyelids as well because it kind of primes the eyelids. Oh, that's beautiful. It just blends so well together. The products work really well together. Perfect. I'm gonna lightly set. I don't want to set this. Like, I love how dewy and hydrated my skin looks. I'm not gonna set my whole face. I mean, I typically don't set my whole face, but I at least try to set the center of my face and my under eyes. I know my under eyes crease, so I am gonna go ahead and just set that real fast. And I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier setting powder, and this is the translucent setting powder. I've used this for years, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it just does the job, sets everything in place, doesn't move. And I love setting my under eyes with a damp beauty blender, you guys. It just makes such a difference, especially if you feel like even throughout the day your eye, like your concealer tends to crease. Try setting it with a damp beauty blender. It's such a game changer. All right, that's it. I'm not gonna set anywhere else because I don't wanna make none of this matte. Nope. I'm gonna move on to contouring, and I'm gonna use my Fenty stick. I usually use my Milk stick, but I wanna change it up, and I really like this Fenty one too. This is in the shade Suede. I like to just apply this on the hollows of my cheeks, sides of my nose. How do I look? And then with my kabuki brush, I like to just blend it quickly so that it doesn't dry, because this formula does tend to like dry fast, so you want to be able to blend it quickly. I also really like blending with the same kabuki brush that I blend my foundation with, because it has a little bit of that foundation left over, so together it just mixes well and it makes it look a little bit more natural. That's why I don't like to change brushes too many times, just because it just looks, I don't know, just builds better, you know? Always blend upwards, so you keep a little bit of that line right there. I don't know why I make these faces when I blend. I have no idea. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of blush, because I like how natural the contour looks, and it's like sort of all about the skin. So I do wanna add a little bit of like that blushy tone to the apples of my cheeks. I'm gonna use this Buxom blush. These are new and they have quite a few shades, but I'm gonna use this one. It's called Ibiza. It's a very pretty sort of mauve-y shade, and I'm just gonna use like a fluffier brush. And they're very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. Lastly, on my face, I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlighter on the high points of my cheeks, and I'm gonna use this Physicians Formula and Casey Holmes collaboration palette. I'm just gonna use that shade and just pop it on the apples and blend it. I'm still using that same brush, the Luxie brush. Okay, I got highlighter all over my brows. Not good. This is such a pretty color. All right, I'm really, really happy with this base. I think that it just looks so natural, but you can still see that I put a little bit of effort, a lot of effort. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the eyes and do something very like sort of glowy, and I don't know, I'm feeling very like bronzy vibes right now, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be using this Lawless palette. This is called The One, and I've been literally staring at this for about a month now. It's pretty new, and I've just been wanting to use it for so long, so I'm excited to finally use it. I've swatched it, as you can see. I'm gonna pick up like a fluffy brush. I'm gonna start with the shade Complicated, and I'm just gonna apply this on my crease to sort of open up that heavy fold of mine. These blend beautifully. I'm gonna switch my brush to more of a pencil brush, and again, picking up that same shade. I'm just gonna apply that on my bottom lash line, just to define it a little bit better. Gonna go back to my fluffy brush and pick up Obsessed, which is kind of like this gorgeous bronzy shade. I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. I'm using the side to deposit a lot of color, and then I'm using the tip to blend it. Going back to the pencil brush, I'm gonna pick up the same color, Obsessed, and do the same thing on my bottom lash line. Now I'm gonna use DTR, this like medium shade brown, mix it with a little bit of black, which is called Plunge, and I'm just gonna define my lash line with this. So just applying this really, really tight, sort of like right on the lash line. So instead of using a pencil, I'm just using the shadows to kind of do this, just because with a pencil you can definitely tell, so it becomes a little bit more like dramatic, whereas with shadows it just looks so much more effortless. And then always going back to my fluffy brush and blending it. Next, I'm going to pick up the Persona Cosmetics eyeliner in bronze, and I'm just going to tightline with this. So I'm going to apply it on the top and bottom of my waterline. I'm really excited to try this ColourPop mascara. They just launched these not too long ago, but let's see how good these are. They have so many different colors. They launched like multiple colors at once, and they're, I believe, volumizing. Yep, they're volumizing mascaras. Oh, it's really nice. Ooh, I really like this mascara. It works really well. It's definitely volumizing. I'm gonna apply a little bit on my bottom lash line. It's definitely buildable too because I keep layering it. All right, on to lips. For my lips, I'm going to start with a lip liner. This is the MAC Brown Script lip liner, and I've had this for so long. I'm just going to apply that on the outer corners. And then I'm going to use this KKW Beauty lipstick in number 2. This is just like a nude color. And then I'm just sort of neutralizing it because number 2 is a little light, so I went in with number 6 and sort of neutralized it a little bit, made it darker. And I want to try a gloss over this. I'm feeling like putting on a gloss. This is the Dose of Colors Disney collection in the shade Moi. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to Laura Mercier again for partnering with me. I love the foundation. As you guys can see, it just looks so natural on the skin, very hydrating and dewy. I just love like how it just looks like my skin, but there's so much coverage that it covered all my imperfections. So thumbs up to the foundation. If you guys have tried it, let me know your thoughts. And if not, I'll have links and everything in the description box so you guys can check it out. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on your way out. And also, you guys, make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos, because there are so many changes on YouTube, so you will miss my videos a lot of times if you don't have the notification bell on. So hit that, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye. Water helps. Wow. What? Such a life change. Like, that I use my... Wow, what am I saying?